Good day, folks, and welcome to the Anorak Review Show with your host, the Anorak. Time to once again talk about the Chemical Brothers. And it had been quite a while, hadn't it? The only other time I think I ever looked at an album of theirs would be their 2002 album, Come With Us. And that was 3 years ago. So, I guess it fits that today, 3 years later, I would cover the next album they made afterwards, and possibly one of the more well-known. However, there aren't a whole lot I can find regarding the history and background behind the making and production of this album and whatnot. But that being said, this does remain one of the more successful albums, having sold over 300,000 copies in the UK alone, certifying it gold and platinum, winning the Grammy Award for Best Electronic/Dance Album in 2006, and reached number 1 on the album charts in the UK, the US, and Belgium. Go figure. So what's it about this album that has given it so much high positive praise? Well, let's find out as we jump into the Chemical Brothers' 2005 album, Push the Button. The cover is pretty simple and pretty cool, done by Cam Tang and Tappin Gofton. While it doesn't show a button being pushed, what it does show is a closed fist rising up inside the side view of a human head, which could represent a number of things. A desire for revolution against some establishment, which is often associated with rave cultures, or the suppression of anger, rage, and aggression, or just the aching question of why this guy's neck is made of bricks. Or he's actually a clockwork droid from Doctor Who, if the back cover is any indication, but with all the cogs and everything. Also, this thing and thumb here, sure they're phallic, why wouldn't they be? Due to the album's running length, the LP is a double album, which is cool. However, the copy I have, and I don't know if it's just this one I have, or is the case for all vinyl copies of this particular album, but the one I have isn't a gatefold, so both records are kind of sandwiched together inside the packaging, which is just probably a bit of a nitpick for me. I usually prefer gatefolds, but again, that's my preference. Anyway, on to the music itself. We begin the album with Galvanize, possibly the most well-known track of the album, if not one of the more well-known songs in general. Based around a string sample from the song Had Kepa Bena from Moroccan singer Najat Atabo. I do apologize if I butchered that name wrong, the song and the singer. And featuring the leading rap vocals of Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest. This is suddenly a hardcore club classic. The sampled Arabic/Middle Eastern strings combined with that punchy, sharp beat give this just enough of a gritty and edgy vibe. The lyrics themselves seem to have this casual, carefree yet determined and defiant attitude, as if to say, I don't care what the world may think of me, I'm going to party, I'm going to be myself, and I'm going to have fun doing it. Now, galvanizing or galvanization usually refers to coating anything made out of metal materials like iron or steel with a layer of zinc in order to prevent potential rusting. As for how that may relate to this song, particularly with the line, "World, the time has come to galvanize," it could represent stealing oneself of any and all weaknesses and insecurities, or at least any clear signs of such, and making oneself stronger in the process. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger and all that. That is also likely that Q-Tip or one of the Chemical Bros just happens to be a massive fan of Galvatron. Can't say I disagree though. I especially like the middle bit where the music gets more suspenseful, and with every instance of Q-Tip saying, "World, the time has come to," a deep, almost robotic voice replies with the album's title, "Push the button." In turn, Q-Tip responds with, "World, my finger is on the button." What button exactly? I don't know. Probably the backspace key to delete that entire thing he typed down one time. Then we get this sort of sound like a clubby, ravey version of the Jaws theme. Makes me think of a monster or a dark figure marching on its way to a dimly lit tunnel or an alleyway and into a club, where we return to that familiar sample again. Which I guess the Ken Bros liked it as well, and they had it twice in the album version of the song. I know we're only on the first track in, but let me tell you, it's definitely a great choice for an opener for an album like this. When even the reason Sonic the Hedgehog 3 uses this song to make two aging Jim Carreys in tight bodysuits breakdancing in a laser room look so cool that you don't even question how those lasers don't touch their heads even once, you know you got a cool hit song. Side A ends with The Boxer, a lighter and funkier yet equally energetic follow-up featuring Tim Burgess of the Charlatans, who also did vocals for another Chemical Brothers song a decade prior, Life is Sweet from the 1995 debut album Exit Planet Dust. In this track, the skippy piano sample and chunky beat and the overall rhythm do give a similar vibe to that in an actual boxing match. Tough and aggressive, but nothing too bloody. It's the kind of music you'd play while skateboarding or doing all sorts of BMX tricks. Its lyrics are also quite pretty simple and straightforward. I can't seem to shake this feeling, I can't seem to put it down. Something about this shake weight has got me so titillated. But I must remember, I'm a hustler, I'm a full moon, I'm a tiger sleeping in my what? In my bed? In my car? In my hand? I should have told you, tell you how I feel. You ever feel, not so fresh? I can make a payment, I can make a deal. I mean, I know Alistair can make such, but I'm just not sure if I can fully trust him yet. Something else to note that in the middle of the song, we get what sound like cars racing and revving inside a tunnel, like we're in an episode of Top Gear or something. Maybe instead of the Boxer, this track should have been called The Racer. Not that there's a bad choice or out of place or anything, it adds to the fast pace and intensity of the music overall. While it may not be as gritty as Galvanize, the Boxer is still a fun and groovy and easygoing dance track worth listening to while working out in a gym or even walking down a town or a street.